A chemical giant claims North Georgia carpet manufacturers recklessly disposed of industrial wastewater, contaminating the region for years.
That's according to a recent legal brief filed last month in Murray County, about 90 miles north of Atlanta.
Atlanta News First investigative reporter Andy Perotti has been tracking water contamination in the area for several years.
And Atlanta News First anchor Tracy Hutchins breaks down the significance of these allegations.
Well, Wale and Carly, this is a major concern because there are multiple pending lawsuits filed by homeowners and local governments that claim both carpet manufacturers and 3M are to blame for the water contamination. That's what our investigative team discovered. Now, this filing shows the two industries are now pointing the fingers at each other. The chemical we're talking about is PFAS, also known as forever chemicals. 3M supplied the chemical to the carpet industry for decades. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, PFAS is linked to numerous health issues, including cancer. Well, the city of Chatsworth has filed a lawsuit against 3M and carpet companies, claiming each played a role in contaminating the city's water supply. Last month, the chemical giant asked a Murray County judge to dismiss the city's lawsuit. It argues the real blame lies with North Georgia carpet makers that recklessly disposed of the industrial wastewater with PFAS in it for years. A law firm representing more than 1,100 properties is holding a town hall tomorrow about PFAS testing results and the pending litigation. That is at 6 p.m. again tomorrow at the spot in Calhoun, Georgia. Now, our Atlanta News First Investigates team reached out to 3M and Mohawk Carpet Industries for a response to that lawsuit, but they did not hear back. There is one other town hall that's set for Saturday. You can learn more about both of these town halls in this story right now on AtlantaNewsFirst.com.
Thank you, Tracy. And our Atlanta News First Investigates team is also hard at work revealing more HOA nightmares this weekend during a special hour-long episode of Uncovered by A&F Investigates. That is Sunday night at 7 on Atlanta News First and streaming on A&F Plus.